Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're talking about how the Houston Astros have found a superstar in Cam Smith. Cam Smith has been on a tear really the entire season for such a young rookie at 22 years old who had barely just turned 22 years old when the Astros traded for him. He's 22 years old and not even 120 days old yet. The only reason I know that's because just a couple days ago when Cam Smith did something, they said he was 22 years old in 115 days. So don't think I'm stalking his birthday or anything. I just know that because of the broadcast the other night. And so what he has done recently has just been insane. The last two games you can look. I mean, I think you can go back farther than the last two games, but just look at the last two games. 7 hits. The first game he had. So he had the first game he had which was Tuesday. He had 2 home runs, an RBI double, and a single. Today, 3 hits, 2 singles, and an RBI double. So, and then you can go back, before that as well. In the opener of the series, he went 1 for 4 with a double. The couple games before that in the Minnesota game, in the Minnesota game on. He didn't play in the series finale. In the Minnesota finale, he went 1 for 3 with a walk, and then what we saw was what I think going to be one of the plays you'll look at with Cam Smith when he is the superstar that I think he will end up being. This will be one of the plays you look back on. It is the RBI single walk-off that he had against the Twins on Saturday in a 3-2 win. I think it's plays like, the RBI single walk-off and the way he's played in the last 2 games being, at this point now being 7 for 9 in his last 2 games, has got 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, the way he's played in his last 2 games. I think what he's done in the last 2 games and what he did on Saturday with the RBI walk-off is something you will see played back years later. Like, I think we see all the time. We see the Astros on Space City Home Network, the Astros channel, play all these flashbacks for guys like Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, and George Springer. We see it all the time. And we're starting to see it with a guy like Yordan Alvarez too. And it's crazy. It's been 6 years. It's almost 6 years. I remember this. It's near. I think June 20th is the day that Yordan Alvarez made his Major League debut, and it's June 19th today. So it is one day away from the 6-year anniversary of Yordan Alvarez's Major League debut. So, even you're starting to see it with Yordan Alvarez as well, where we see these flashbacks of these great Astros who are still in the league. And I think if Cam Smith becomes what I think he will become, we will see that later down the road in Cam Smith's career where he is potentially a superstar, and you're going to see the flashback of that walk-off RBI single against the Minnesota Twins that was maybe 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, who knows, as a flashback. This happened for Cam Smith 5-10 years ago, who knows. But what he has shown at such a young age, at 22 years old, it makes you so excited for the future. Like, watching this kid with what he has shown so far as a young rookie, that there is more potential than what he is showing right now. I think the one thing we've noticed, and I know he just had a 2 home run game, but the one thing I think I've noticed with him is that home run power is not fully there yet for Cam Smith. That's okay. I'm not complaining about it, but it's something that is going to get better as his career goes on. This guy is known as a big power hitter, and a guy that is going to take advantage of hitting home runs at home at Dyken Park. So far, he's got 5 home runs and only 3 at home. I think the home runs will come. It might not be this season where the home runs start getting crazy for him. It might be next season or the 3rd season. Let's remember, this guy skipped AAA, went straight to the major league. So it might not be instant for him to get the home runs. But Dana Brown said he felt like when he started hitting, if he hit one, it'd create a rhythm to hit more. And we saw literally in that same game, his next at bat, he hits another. And so we've seen that we've seen that now twice in his career where he's had a 2 home run game. So I think we've seen a lot of potential with the power yet. We've seen a lot of power and potential with the power for home runs, but just hasn't fully been able to execute that just yet. And I think that is scary when he can, execute the home run ball a little bit better than he has done in his rookie year. But through 203 at-bats, he's got 56 hits as a 22-year-old rookie who literally just a year ago was playing in the College Baseball World Series. It wasn't even a year ago. He was drafted to the Chicago Cubs in the first round, but somehow he's batting 276 as a rookie who, not the best experience you would have expected. 19 walks this year. 5 home runs, 27 RBIs, 13 doubles. And, so I think you've got to be very impressed with what you've seen from Cam Smith, this season. But like I said, I think things only get better from here. If you're seeing what Cam Smith has done this year. I think the home run comparison, I look at it, I'll compare it to a player that I don't know how Astros fans are going to feel about this, but how about Wyatt Langford? I know we're not supposed to like the Rangers. I sure as hell don't like the Rangers. But I look at Wyatt Langford, a guy who last year some people considered the Rangers were rushing Wyatt Langford to the major leagues. They might have been. Just like this year, some have considered that the Astros have rushed Cam Smith to the major leagues. I'm not saying they have, but that is what people at times have said about Cam Smith, just like what they said with Wyatt Langford last year. And look what Wyatt Langford did last year. As a rookie who had just been drafted the year before, Wyatt Langford came in, played 134 games, and he had 126 hits on 499 at-bats, 16 home runs, 74 RBIs, batting .253 as a rookie. Had a cycle. I hate to talk good about the Rangers, but Langford played really good last year as a rookie. Finished top 7 in the Rookie of the Year voting. Cam Smith should be around that number in the Rookie of the Year voting this season, probably. Maybe a little bit higher. Because I think Cam Smith has had as of right now, has had a little bit of a better rookie season so far than Wyatt Langford. We'll have to keep it up, though. But I think it's very similar. They're around the same age. I mean, Langford was 22. He's 23 now, but he was 22 when he got called up. And, so they're around the same age as when they got called up. And I think here's one thing I look at is Wyatt Langford. I was talking about the home run thing. Wyatt Langford had a little bit of trouble with home runs last year. And this is the reason I say this. I know he hit 16 home runs as a rookie in 134 games. That's pretty solid. But look at him this year. The batting average is down for Langford this year. But for Wyatt Langford this year, he's got 3 less home runs so far. He's got 13 home runs through 63 games for the Rangers this year. He hasn't even played half the game, not even close to half the games he played last season. So you've seen in that second season for Langford at 23 years old, the home runs are coming. And that is something that has been better for Langford in that second season. That is something I look at with Cam Smith, okay? Cam Smith and Langford are very similar situations. So that makes me hopeful that Cam Smith will start to get the home run ball more in that second season next year in 2026. But as of right now, we're still seeing very consistent hitting from Cam Smith, a lot of singles, a lot of doubles, 13 doubles to be exact. He's got at this point 56 hits, I think I said, and he's got 19 extra base hits. So a lot of singles, like I mentioned, but he is making an impact. He's bringing in runs. He's doing a lot for this Astros team right now. And we can also go into the fact that he's playing pretty well in right field for a guy that didn't even play right field before this season. He made an adjustment during spring training. So if this is the sign of what we're seeing from him in his rookie season, you can only imagine what it's going to be like as the years go on for Cam Smith. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.